Welcome back, Harbor Hawk fans, to another parking lot preview. Mike Najarian, Matt Ford-Wellman, Luke Mansfield, all sitting together. We're here at White House Field playing the Harwich Mariners as the Hawks look to get their second win in a row after picking up a really, really good one against Bourne last night. Mike, talk me through that one.
Yeah, that one was a lot of fun. It was kind of a seesaw game there at the start. You know, Hyannis they scored first, Bourne came back. It was 3-2 for a little while there after Bourne took the lead, I believe, in the fourth inning, and then in the eighth inning, Dayton LaChance single up the middle ties the game as James Cluggish pulls in directly next to us. Yeah, I know. It's like, that's kind of crazy.
Hey, James. You want to hop in the parking lot preview for a second?
Welcome to the parking lot preview.
I don't think that's my tee. Hey, James.
How we doing?
Is your car still running?
No, I turned it off.
Okay.
Just want to make sure.
Excited for a good game tonight?
Yeah. What was your favorite moment from last night?
Oof. That's actually a really good question. I think just like kind of the come together as the team, you know, that really like the spirit was so high at the end there. You know, after the Falmouth loss, everything was kind of falling apart. So good to see the team really rally, you know, come together and find a way to win tonight. Hoping to clinch a playoff spot if we win and Bourne wins. So here we go, baby.
Thanks, James. Yeah. Can you park there? Okay. I mean, do what you want, man. Then do it.
That's true. Yeah.
Leave that car right there. Good spot. All right, let's get back to this one.
Yeah,
we just get completely sidetracked.
It was a fun game last night. Dayton LaChance single up the middle, ties the game in the eighth inning. In the ninth, Gabe Camacho reaches. He was on third with 2 outs after a couple sacrifices. It was looking like, oh boy, we might have to go to extra innings here. All of a sudden, wild pitch, kicks to the side. Gabe Camacho scores. Hyannis wins. That was a fun game.
You know, and before we get ahead of ourselves here, I think Hyannis, wants to check that as a win. They got a big task coming up tonight against the Harwich Mariners. One of the best teams, if not the best team, hands down, in the Cape Cod Baseball League. I think, Harwich is going to look to really put up a statement tonight. They're really looking to continue their win streak. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, there's a 3-way tie in the middle of the Eastern Division. Harwich is trying to stay ahead of that wave, kind of not getting back sunk into the slog of this East Division, because if they fall out of first, they're going to be pretty bummed. Yeah,
the top 4 in the East, they're all in the playoffs. So at this point, it's just a seeding game.
Yes.
So yeah, if you're Harwich, you definitely still want to be playing well in this final stretch to get first place and home field throughout.
Now, the guy I did all my research on, the hour before the game, Parker Dilloff. Who's going to pitch for Harwich right tonight at home. This is his first start of the season, second appearance of the season. He came in for a quick close, an inning of relief previously, I believe less than a week ago. But before that, he was playing in the MLB Draft League. That's a big-time baseball league for a lot of guys. He has one more year of eligibility. He's at UNLV, University of Las Vegas, for those who don't know, pitching his final season. And Luke, I want to hear your opinion on this guy, because we got actually a little bit of research on him that we don't usually get, because he took a little trip down to Tread Athletics, Tread Baseball, did a little showcase with them. So we have all of his pitches on Twitter, and I just want to talk through this. Throwing from the left side. He's a bit of a stock lefty, I would call. He throws pretty good slot. He's not really crazy out to the side. He's not really crazy over the top. He's got a sinker and a four-seam, both sitting mid to high 90s. He topped out 97 with the sinker and the four-seamer in his bullpen. I imagine we'll see a little bit less velo than normal, but still a hard 2-pitch mix. Cutter sitting low 90s, and he got a sweeper and a curveball. Curveball drops down to 76. This is a pitcher. This is a pitcher's pitcher nonetheless. He did really good in his appearances that we've seen so far in both the Draft League and in the Cape Cod Baseball League so far. He's not going to walk guys. He's not going to hit guys. He's going to have to have pressure put upon him. And in my opinion, Luke, I think the way you beat guys like that is long at-bats. You got to grind. You got to expect that this guy's going to play baseball. He's not going to play pitcher. He's going to, get ground balls. He's going to try to get his fly balls. He's not just going to try to strike everybody out. So the first pitch swinging approach, might not really favor the Hawks here. What do you think, and who do you think the Harbor Hawks need to kind of invest in and really get a lot of production out today, and what do you think they have to do?
I think we do have some disciplined hitters on this team, Jeff Lugie being one of them. He had some long at-bats
DH spot tonight, too.
And some long battles yesterday. I do think what's going to be a problem with a lefty pitcher on the mound, we've talked about this before, but the Hawks lineup is very lefty-heavy. The righties are far and few between Dayton LaChance catching tonight, DH'd last night, but he's behind the plate tonight. He's one of their best righty hitters. He's got a lot of power, hasn't left the yard yet, hit a lot to the warning track, a little bit too high, I'd say, on some of his stuff, but I think it's only a matter of time before he leaves the yard. And he's a guy I'd look for today, especially with a lefty on the mound.
I think, Dayton's a great example. He's also hitting in the 6 hole. I think, one thing, manager Mitch Carricker is trying to do, and Mike, you can disagree with me on this if you'd like. He's trying to spread out the righties and keep the lefties in the lineup who are going to hit, baseball's hard off of lefties, especially. Ryan McKay leading off makes the most sense for me. And unfortunately, Jake Schaffner going out of the lineup also makes sense for me. A guy who just tends to struggle on these sweeper, pitches from lefties. It's not his swing path. McKay obviously being a guy who really digs in deep. Same thing with Charlie Bates, a guy who's going to, have these tough at-bats, hopefully have some long at-bats. Mike, what's Harwich going to do to try to stop this what's Hyannis going to do to stop this Harwich offense that has led their team all the way to first in the Western Division?
Yes, well, Hyannis, you could say they're catching Harwich at, I don't know if a good time is the right way to say it, but a decent time.
Mhm.
They've lost 3 in a row.
Yes.
Despite, having clinched a playoff spot in that time. I don't know how that happens where
Baseball's
you lose
weird, man.
3 in a row and clinch a playoff spot, but that's what happened to the Harwich Mariners.
Sure.
Harwich has a lefty on the bump tonight. Hyannis has a lefty on the bump tonight. Max Stammel going. He was originally supposed to start yesterday. He got pushed back a day, so he's starting today.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, if he had started yesterday, all 3 of his starts in the regular season would have come against the Bourne Braves.
I don't think it's a good thing.
But-
if I'm being completely honest, I think it's probably good that
But
we get
he
him an
is.
extra day.
But he's getting the start today against the Harwich Mariners. He's got the 4-pitch mix that he's going with. He's got the fastball, the slider, the changeup, and the cutter. Cutter's something he's been working on this summer. It's been mostly positive, so in my opinion at least. So that's going to be something Harwich is going to have to deal with. His last start against Bourne was the 12-0 Mercy Rule win. Pitched 5 shutout innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 walk, and struck out 4. Before that, on the road against Bourne, 4 innings, 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. But really, the only real mistake he made in that game was the 2-run home run that was hit over the fence.
What are you going to do?
But, sometimes that's just going to happen. Stammel, the Virginia commit, he's going to be a playoff starter for Hyannis, should they lock up a playoff spot here. So you're looking for a good start from him today. I think because he got pushed back, because he was dealing with, we don't know what he was dealing with, but he was dealing with
something.
something.
Let's just say he had some tightness.
I would find it hard to believe that he goes into the 5th inning tonight.
Sure.
I think 4 innings is going to be a very reasonable goal to get from Max Stammel tonight. If you can get 4 innings and a couple of earned runs, I think that's all you can really ask for out of him tonight.
I think a 4-2 split would be nice, similar to that first game.
Yeah.
I would love for it not to come with a long ball. I'd love for Harwich to have to earn a lot. We don't talk about these guys a lot as far as people they are, but Luke, you're a big Max Stammel guy. What's he like in the dugout and just as a person? Being around him a whole bunch.
I'd say he's the dugout hype guy, one of the loudest guys in the dugout, always cheering his teammates on. Really funny guy. Refuses to let me mic him up, so that's kind of unfortunate. He'll never get to see it, but he's a really funny, outgoing, good guy overall.
Good guy overall. That's what we like to hear. Actually, Luke, just hold on to this for a second. Let's just go straight into our favorite part of the show, fellas. I want to do player of the game.
Ooh.
I want to talk some more offense. I want to see who do you think, or maybe Max Stammel's your player of the game. I don't know, but who do you think is going to be the X factor tonight? And give me a score prediction as well.
Well, I was going to double down. Last time I was on PLP, it was Stammel start against the Braves,
Okay.
and I said Max Stammel was my player of the game,
Okay.
and he ended up pitching 5 scoreless innings.
Yes.
I'm going to have to double down and go with him again. Again, like you said, he was dealing with something that pushed his start back a little bit, so I don't think we'll get the longevity out of him again, but I think it'll be a solid start nonetheless. As far as score goes, I think 4-3 Hyannis walks out of here with a victory.
All right.
Ooh, I like a 4-3 win. Also, just
I like
to throw
that.
in an omission before we keep going, he could go more than 4.
Because yes.
we have what? We have 2 more games,
2 more games.
then an off day,
Yes.
and he's not going to start game 1.
No.
So he's got at least 4 days before his next start. He could do it. It depends. I think this is going to really just depend on the pitches he throws in the first 2 innings. I think we'll be able to see very early on whether he does, but I want to give Stammel a little credit here. He could go 6 if he wants. It's really just about how he divvies up his pitches. Can he get ground balls? And most importantly, can the Hawks, field those ground balls? Mike, give me your player of the game.
All right. Player of the game tonight is going to be, for me, the guy who scored the winning run last night. That's
man.
Gabe Camacho.
I was feeling it in my knees.
That's going
I
to be
wanted
my
Gabe.
pick. I picked him against Falmouth. Unfortunately, that did not go very well.
We don't have to talk about Falmouth.
Not just for Gabe Camacho, but for anybody on the Harbor Ox. It just didn't go very well. But Gabe Camacho last night came off the bench in, I believe, the 7th inning, pinch hit for Devin Mitchell. Had himself a 2-hit game, 2 for 2 with 2 singles.
2 pinch hit at bats as well.
Yeah, scored that winning run in the ninth. I really liked what I saw from him last night. I think with the lefty on the bump, he's back in there. He's been platooning with Jay Stobie more recently. He's back in there tonight. I think he's going to be looking to have a great game tonight as Hyannis looks to lock up that playoff spot with a Hyannis win and a Falmouth loss to the Bourne Braves. We're in. So, let's see that going. Let's get Gabe Camacho producing. So he's going to be my player of the game pick. Score prediction. These teams have played each other close. The last time we were out here exactly a month ago, July 1st, it was a 2-2 tie. I'm thinking a 5-4 Hyannis victory.
Okay, so you both are saying one scores.
Connor Kelly's getting the save.
I like that. Big Connor Kelly guy.
Yeah.
Love me some Connor
Big
Kelly.
Connor
I'd like to
Kelly
see him
guy.
get a couple more innings before the playoffs too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do a thing we haven't done in parking lot preview before. I'm going to make a conditional player of the game pick. My actual player of the game pick, and I think will have a good game nonetheless, Jay Stobie. I think he's going to have a lot of breaking balls come into him, assuming he doesn't see changeups a lot. I think he's going to have the ability to pull a couple balls over the third base, maybe the shortstop, get some base knocks. However, Jeff Luge's hitting in the DH spot. One thing we know about our DH is if they get hot, they stay hot. I think if Jeff Luge has a hit in the first inning, in his first at-bat, and a hard hit ball in his second at-bat, or vice versa, he's going to get real hot towards the end of this game. I think, in the DH spot, you're better off by how many at-bats you can get. If you hit 5 at-bats, a lot of good swings, a lot of film you can watch, you can really do some damage in those 4th and 5th at-bats. That's what I want Jeff Luge to do. So conditional player of the game pick. And I think, I'm going to go against the grain here. I want to call a big score. I want these pitching staffs to have to battle a little bit. I want this bullpen to get a little shaky. I'd like to see both these teams play really smash mouth baseball, so to speak. So I'm going to say 8-5. Repeat my score prediction from last night.
Ooh.
I think I was off a day. 8-5. Hyannis is going to take the dub.
Okay.
They're going to get out in front on this lefty a little bit, and they're going to get to the bullpen, and the floodgates will open. And I think we're going to see some hard hit baseballs, guys.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Anything important? Any hellos they want to say? Friends and family you want to shout out?
I just think it's going to be important for Hyannis to conserve the bullpen a little bit, just because the
Yeah.
arms
Yeah.
they've sent out the past couple days, and there's still 2 more games before playoffs after tonight. So ideally, if you can go 3 guys max out of the bullpen, I think would be the most ideal situation. For
What's the
Harvard.
inning split you'd like to see?
I think if you can get 5 out of max and then just have 2 and 2 at the end of the game, I think you could stretch Connor Kelly for the 8th and the 9th if you had to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
that's a dangerous game. Stretching your closer has ended poorly for a lot of teams, but I'd like to say that he's not just a closer. He's also just.
And we have done this with Ryan Speciak earlier in the season. He went 3 innings in the 8-8 tie against Orleans in July. Yeah. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Nope.
I saw him come out for the 10th. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, no.
So it could happen. I think the pitching split tonight, obviously you would love Stammel to go 5.
Yeah.
But I think realistically it's going to be 4 from Stammel, 3 from insert middle reliever here. Could be a couple of guys.
Could be.
And then 2 from hopefully Connor Kelly at the end there, because hopefully Hyannis would be ahead at that point.
And to your Ryan Speciak point, if the Hawks didn't walk it off in the inning they did last night, the next inning was his.
Yes. Yeah.
So
He was going to pitch that 10th last night.
Pitch an extra inning.
It's a good point. That's a very good point. I don't think the pitching staff is afraid to go a little longer than they need to. I think these guys want to win games. They want to clean out games, especially in the bullpen. With that being said, guys, I don't know how many Harbor Hawk fans we're going to get out here tonight, but I hope it's enough to get some crowds going, to get some cheers going, to get not some boos, but maybe some boos going.
Maybe boo Harwich.
Well, not to us. I don't want to boo Hyannis. Why would I say that?
I
You think
said,
I'm rooting against my team?
I said boo Harwich.
Exactly.
No, not us. No, we're rooting for us.
I need to wrap this thing up. We're getting embarrassing now. We're getting to the point where Matt starts saying stuff he doesn't mean.
Oh boy, yeah.
What do we say, guys? Just somebody take it away from me.
We're gonna say
Go
Hawks!